Hey everyone, welcome back. We're continuing our UP PGT Economics 2013 Paper Solution Series. This is part 5, and today we're tackling questions 41 through 50. So get ready, some really interesting economic principles are coming your way.
Okay, so here's the plan for today. We'll kick things off with some key monetary concepts. Then we'll dive into the world of banking and institutions, and yes, at the end, we'll wrap it all up with the most important takeaways. So let's get right into it. All right, so our first section is all about what I like to call the heart of economics. We're talking about money, inflation, and currency valuation. I mean, these are the absolute fundamentals, right? The foundation on which pretty much all of macroeconomics is built. Okay, let's start with our very first question, number 41. You've probably heard this term smart money thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean in the world of economics? Is it about internet banking, credit cards, the cash sitting in banks, or maybe the cash you have in your pocket right now? What do you think? And if you guessed B, credit card, you are absolutely right. You know, this term isn't just limited to credit cards. It also includes debit cards. And the reason they're called smart? Well, it's pretty simple. They're an effective substitute for physical cash, making our daily transactions super easy and way more efficient. They're the smart way to pay. All right, moving on to a classic economic theory. This is something every economic student learns. Question 42 asks, what is Gresham's law related to? Is it money supply, money and price, real output, or employment? The correct answer here is A, money supply. Now, Gresham's law has this famous saying, bad money drives out good. So what does that mean? Let me break it down. Imagine you have two types of coins in circulation. One is made of pure silver, that's your good money. The other one looks similar but is made of a cheaper metal, that's the bad money. What would you do? You'd probably hoard the valuable silver coin and spend the cheap one, right? Exactly. So pretty soon, only the bad money is left circulating in the economy, and that directly impacts the overall money supply. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, question 43 is a name game. We need to identify the economist who gave us the concept of the real balance effect. Are we talking about C. Myers, A. Marshall, A.C. Pigou, or J. Tobin?
The right answer is C. A. Pigou. And in fact, this effect is often just called the Pigou effect. The logic behind it is actually pretty cool. Think about it. When the overall price level falls, the real value of the money you're holding goes up. So you feel wealthier, right? And when people feel wealthier, they tend to spend more. This increase in spending can then boost aggregate demand and even employment. It's all about that wealth perception.
Let's move on to question 44. And this one is about a really important policy tool in international trade. What happens when a country goes for devaluation of its currency? Do imports get cheaper and exports dearer? Or is it the other way around?
You got it. The answer is B. Imports get dearer and exports get cheaper. Devaluation simply means you're reducing the external value of your currency. So for people in other countries, your goods become cheaper to buy. The result? Your exports become more competitive and hopefully they increase. But for you, foreign goods now cost more. It's a classic trade-off.
Okay, for the last question in this section, we're looking at a term that gives economists nightmares, stagflation. So, what exactly is this dreaded condition? Is it inflation combined with a recession? Or is it inflation with growth?
The correct answer is A, inflation with recession. Seriously, stagflation is like an economist's worst-case scenario. It's this bizarre and painful mix where you have rising prices, that's inflation, happening at the same time as economic stagnation, which means slow growth and rising unemployment. It's basically the worst of both worlds.
All right, we've talked a lot about monetary theory. Now, let's shift gears and look at the institutions that actually manage all of this stuff. In our second section, we're going to tackle questions related to India's banking sector and some key economic bodies.
First up in this section, question 46. This one's about a landmark report in India's economic history, the Narasimhan Committee report. Which sector was it all about? Was it insurance reforms, banking reforms, agriculture, or industrial reforms?
And the answer is B, banking sector reform. You know, this committee was truly a game changer. Chaired by the former RBI Governor M. Narasimhan, its reports in 1991 and again in 1998 basically laid the foundation for India's entire modern banking system. They paved the way for massive, transformative changes.
Here's a straightforward but super important question for you, number 47. In which year was the Reserve Bank of India, our very own RBI, established?
The correct year is 1935. It's helpful to remember the whole timeline.
First, the RBI Act was passed in 1934. Then, on April 1, 1935, the bank was officially established, and a few years later, on January 1, 1949, it was nationalized.
Moving right along to question 48. The term insider trading. Which of these fields is it most closely associated with? The share market, horse racing, taxation, or public expenditure?
No surprises here. The answer is, of course, A, share market. Insider trading is an illegal practice where someone uses confidential, non-public information about a company to trade its stock. It gives that person an unfair advantage over everyone else in the market, which is why it's strictly prohibited.
Question 49 is designed to test our understanding of what a central bank really does. So, which of the following is not a primary function of a central bank? Is it issuing currency, being the banker's bank, being the government's bank, or promoting industrial development?
The correct answer is D, and this is a key distinction. While a central bank's policies definitely affect industrial development, directly promoting it isn't one of its core jobs. Its primary functions are things like issuing currency, managing credit, and acting as the banker to both the government and other banks.
And here we are at our final question for today, number 50. The State Bank of India, or SBI, its establishment was based on the recommendation of which committee?
The right answer here is D, the Gorewala Committee. Now, this committee was also known by its official name, the All India Rural Credit Survey Committee. And back in 1952, it was this committee that recommended the nationalization of the old Imperial Bank of India. And that crucial recommendation directly led to the formation of the State Bank of India.
All right, let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways from this session. Remember, smart money refers to your credit and debit cards. Devaluation is a tool to make your exports cheaper and imports more expensive. Stagflation is that nasty mix of high inflation and high unemployment. And when it comes to institutions, the Narasimha Committee was all about banking reforms, while the Gorewala Committee led to the creation of SBI. Make sure you've got these concepts down solid. We'll see you in the next part.